What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Wow, thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you so much. That song just came into my head. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Actually, I got married to my first wife on the 21st of September. That was either 2012. I think it was 2012. Holy shit. Anyways, just going back in memory lane. Hope you're all doing well. Let's look at the horoscope for today. And pardon my singing. I am a little tone deaf. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm very monotone for the most part. But anyways, you got to see some singing. 29 degree. We are at the final day of this Virgo sun coming off a full moon in Pisces. So there's, some of that full moon energy. There's still a big reflection of that moon above us. That moon is in Aries, and it's going to meet with Chiron. This is going to be today is, if we thought that the full moon was sensitive, I think we are extremely picky and vulnerable today. But it's much more picky on ourselves. I think we could tear ourselves apart. Possibly others as well, but I think especially with the moon in Aries, we're kind of going to have focus on ourself, on our identification, and with Chiron. Like, we need to be gentle with ourselves today. We need to be gentle and not be overcritical. Like, things are going to come into play. Like, it's not everything just happens at once. I think if we're looking for everything to just happen at once the way we want it, then we're not surrendering to that full moon energy that we had that kicked this week off. And today we want to, put 2 and 2 together. Get our 4. What are we going to do with the 4? We'll figure it out as we go. But it's like, be gentle, be easy on yourself, love yourself. We're seeing Venus come to 12 degrees of Scorpio, and it's 2 degrees out from the opposition to Uranus. So, gosh, it's weird around money in the world right now. That's definitely interesting, especially with Uranus in Taurus, and Venus is the ruler of Taurus, and it's over here at its detriment in Scorpio, which is also other people's money. So I would not be surprised if weird things start happening in the world with money. But on a personal level, this is where we got to love ourselves more intensely. This is where we got to see all the work we've done. And instead of being hypercritical, we need to be hyper accepting of ourselves and love ourselves to the highest degree. And if we see all the work that we have put in ourselves and the different ways that we can evolve when it comes to loving ourselves, we're going to attract in partners that are going to love us on that level as we come into as we finish up Virgo season and come into Libra season tomorrow, which is definitely going to be a vibe shift. But the sun is very close to Mars, and I think this is giving us a lot of willpower. This is giving us a lot of creative self-expression, but it really does come through the filter of relating with people. It's hypercritical on ourselves today, but it's like, the more we love ourselves and accept ourselves and start doing things differently to love ourselves or to bring in the abundance and the good things that we're looking for, the better. Also, Mercury is going to square off with Pluto into today and tomorrow. Mercury's going very slow. It's going to come under 30 minutes a day. So long, drawn out, square to Pluto. Our mind's going through a major transformation. We could have a lot to say. Maybe we do need to be vulnerable. Venus is in Scorpio. Pluto is square Mercury here. Maybe we need to have some deep talks, some conversations, and maybe, have the compassion building off of that full moon energy too. Like, be compassionate for your wants and needs, other people's wants and needs, and let's try and figure out some way to identify with middle ground here. Instead of just like, gosh, with that moon on Chiron, like, people could be projecting wounds. This is one of those days where people could be like, it's heavy. It's pretty heavy energetically. People could be very set in their ways, or they could be spewing some of their, a lot of their deep stuff. And, that's okay. Like, let people have their moment. We still want to, and if we need to have our moment, have your moment. This is a good time to we're purging some energy. It's a good way to look at this, especially with Virgo and last day of Virgo season. Like, let's purge some of the weight. If we have to have the big conversations, deep conversations, let's put it out there. It's probably going to make things better, in all honesty, with this drawn out trine to Jupiter from Mercury as well. Like, as long as we're relating and coming to some middle ground in our life, and, accepting maybe the other person's vulnerabilities, accepting our own vulnerabilities, we could probably learn a lot. We could probably grow. We could probably connect on a deeper level, on a more beneficial level. and have that like new understanding of how maybe we need to relate based on our own self-love and self-worth and all the work we have put into ourselves. It's like we're harvesting our best self today, and it's so critical. It can feel like a lot. But I think we're gonna see the benefit. The moon's gonna sextile Saturn today, and I think that that's very nice. It is gonna oppose Mars, so lots of there's it's a fiery energy to this day. I think we can get a lot of things done in our life if we're figuring out a mutual way to connect and to be vulnerable without just like throwing up our vulnerabilities on people or getting someone else's vulnerabilities thrown up on us, and it just puts us in an angry sort of mood. We want to try and find beauty and balance through literally. I think we're going to see every little thing about a lot of people in our lives today, or just things in the world. Like we could start to see a lot, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is some heavy shit to figure out the middle ground in. Mars is also, it's within 3 degrees of the trine over to Saturn. So, gosh, we can really start to do some big things, especially with the Sun and Mars coming together in the trine to Saturn. Like, we can make big moves for big, either relationships or justifying the life that we're looking to have. We can get a lot started, especially with this cardinal energy that's about to approach tomorrow with Libra season and having 3 personal planets at least. Oh, the moon will be there too. We'll have 4 personal planets in cardinal energy. Like we're right on the brink of like starting big things and things that we're passionate about with people that we can build them with. So, I like the energy for today. I do. I think, we're dealing with opposing forces. We're dealing with, maybe ourself could be our biggest opposing force today. And we want to love ourselves. We want to treat ourselves right. We want to see the value and all the stuff that we've learned and use that moving forward to bring balance in and relate that to other people as we come into this Tuesday. And is this a September to remember? I think it could be on an individual level. I think a lot of people have grown so much. This is where we're putting that cherry on top, and getting ready to take all that we've done and put it out into the world, into other people. It's not so much about the personal work anymore. It's about taking that and bringing it out, especially with all the retrograde planets and Mercury getting ready to station. We've done a lot of inner work. We're still doing it, but we're about to start taking all that we've done and relating it and finding that middle ground. And this is where we can harvest our beautiful reality. But we can also still be in a place of like some of that full moon energy of like self-undoing. So we don't want to fall off the tracks. We don't want to feel like we're crazy. We definitely want to love ourselves for every bit of our divine being that we are. King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, we don't want to doubt ourselves or not feel like we have our direction defined right now. I feel like it's a day where we're going to be so critical on ourselves. We might feel like we kind of lost sight of the way that we're trying to pierce into reality, and like, we want to stay dedicated and sharp mentally no matter what we have to see. I feel like we're going to see a lot about ourselves, about other people today. We want to stay focused. We don't want to lose sight. We don't want to feel like we're just mentally not in a place to make moves in our life, because if you need to do something, there's good energy that's like, go ahead and do it. And we got that card because of the Ace of Cups upright. Yeah, there's beautiful new things that are starting up in our lives right now, and it's going to fill our cups up and leave us overflowing. We just have to, not feel like we're going crazy. We have to still be critical of life and put things in a place that make the most sense, but not like doing it in the same way. Like this is like taking all of that and doing things in a better way that provides more love and more abundance into your life. And there's beautiful new beginnings that can take place. Could be love, could be just emotional fulfillment and feeling like you're ready to start a new journey here with all that you've done and with all that you've learned and taken in, and times are transforming. Let's go. Fall's starting. So let's go relate and, bring equality and beauty into our lives today without being too hard on ourselves. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday, and I'll see you for Libra season mañana. Peace.